A$AP Rocky. He is now in trial for his gun case. You been following this at all?
I haven't been following.
Okay, so here's what happened. Before the trial started, they offered Rocky a plea deal. Pleaded guilty to one assault charge in exchange for a sentence of 180 days in county jail, 3 years probation, and a 7-year suspended prison sentence. He told the judge that he's turning it down.
So what's his charge, though?
The charges is from A$AP Rocky, who has known Rocky for a long time. So, at one point, the relationship between Rocky and Relly started to go bad. Relly and Rocky agreed to meet on November 6, 2021 to clear the differences. This is what he testified. Then Relly claimed Rocky arrived with 2 men at a parking garage near the W Hotel in Hollywood. Prosecutors alleged that he and Rocky briefly argued and Rocky pulled a gun from his waistband and later fired at Relly, grazing his knuckles. A claim they argue is supported by surveillance video showing Rocky holding a gun before the shooting. Rocky gets arrested, and now the trial begins. What the defense is saying is that it's a prop gun. It wasn't a real gun. But what the prosecution is saying is that Rocky actually has a carry permit and has real guns at home. So, but the defense is saying, yes, he has real guns at home, but he carries around a prop gun. From what I hear, and this is Megan Cuniff, aka Megan the reporter, has been covering all this.
Right.
I guess one of the prosecutors told Rocky's family that he should really reconsider taking this plea deal because it's actually a pretty good deal.
Right.
Because in the worst case, it might end up really bad.
What he facing?
Woo.
And this is in New York. We said this is
LA.
This is LA.
Okay. In the worst case situation, he's facing a maximum sentence of 24 years.
What's the minimum?
I don't know. I guess the minimum is what they're offering him, right?
No, not necessarily.
Not sure.
I mean, so what's the question? If what I do?
What would you do in this situation?
If I did it, if I backed out and let one off, bruising my ex-homeboy, and they got me on camera, I'd take that $180.
Yeah, half a year. Half a year in jail.
Half of it?
Well, $180 to 180 days, right?
That's what they're saying, right?
Yeah, about half a year in jail.
Yeah, but you probably don't even do all that. You probably do maybe 4 months. I would have took that.
I mean, and Rocky's been locked up before. Before he became the rapper that we know. Because I remember he told a story about how Casanova
he was
held him
swimming,
down in
how he was
Rikers or
fighting the
something.
seamen.
Yeah. So he's done some jail time. So this is not someone who's just afraid of jail and is just not willing to take anything.
Right, but maybe he didn't do it.
Maybe he didn't do it.
So, I mean, I know people all the time, listen, I ain't do it, I ain't taking nothing. So maybe that's what his energy is. So maybe he didn't do it. Maybe dude is exaggerating. Sometimes you slap a nigga up and then he does the most after that.
Yeah. A$AP Rocky's lawyer complained that only 5 out of the 106 people in the jury pool are black.
Yeah, that's the deck is stacked up against the black man. It's always been.
Yeah, I don't know. 4 months in jail.
Right.
And walk away.
4 months in jail. I would have, me having the past that I have, understanding that what I'm facing, and if I did it, I'm not speaking for him. Go ahead and give me that 4 months, that 6 months or whatever it is, and get that out the way.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when we were covering the Tory Lanez trial, I had heard from one of the people around him that they offered him 2 years early on.
Is that true?
I've heard that. I've heard 2 years, then it went up to 3 years, both of which got turned down. And he ended up getting 10 years.
I know. It's a gamble. And sometimes people don't want things over their head. Like, you said it's like a suspended 7 years.
Right. Meaning if you
probation or
mess
something?
up, you'll go back and do 7 years. But then again, Rocky doesn't do anything. He's married. He's got. I mean, he's not married, but he's with Rihanna.
Right,
He's got 2 kids. He's rich. He's good.
Yeah,
He could do 7 years.
I would. He can do 7 years.
No, he could do 7 years without breaking the law and going back to jail by violating.
Got it. Yeah,
he could do that.
He can do it.
I mean, Young Thug got 15 years probation.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would take it. I hope he reconsiders.